Good morning. I'm Erin and welcome to the NT Daily for Tuesday, August 11th. I have officially reached the post-vacation depression portion of August. It has now been 48 hours since I have either seen the ocean or had a margarita, and that is my limit, I think. So if anyone has tips for curing the post-vacation blues that do not involve immediately booking another vacation, please send them my way. Also, my kids are still home, as many of yours probably are. School has not started yet, so if you have tips for surviving these final days of summer without everyone in the house completely losing their mind, please send those as well. Fortunately, there's still plenty of things happening in the news. We have some headlines for Tuesday. Cole County is beginning a massive property reinspection effort, which sounds kind of scary, so we'll break that down. A planned state house hearing over, it's a favorite on this show, data centers, has been canceled. But we finally have some good news for everyone who drives High Street, and a longtime Jefferson City law enforcement officer is getting ready to retire. And in sports, just as we are getting ready for another fun fall high school sports season, Tom Rackers broke some bittersweet news this morning out of Helias. So let's start locally. If someone wearing a Cole County assessor's office vest shows up outside your house taking pictures over the next several months, do not panic. Cole County Assessor Tim Therhoff has launched a massive reinspection of every residential property in Cole County beginning this week in Wardsville and Taos. Sounds like he might be coming to my house. So inspectors are reviewing property records, taking pictures of each side of homes, and checking things like measurements, additions, and outbuildings. They'll also be carrying iPads that allow them to update property information in real time. In most cases, inspectors will not need to come inside your home. The goal is to inspect every residential property in the county before the summer of 2027. And there is a reason behind all of this. Cole County is significantly out of compliance with the Missouri State Tax Commission. Counties are supposed to have assessed values between 90 and 110% of market value. Cole County was at only about 67% in 2025. And Therhoff says preliminary numbers suggest it may be even lower now. He says getting the county back into compliance will likely take several assessment cycles rather than one massive increase all at once. One important thing to keep in mind here, that's why we're breaking this down, an increase in assessed value does not automatically mean the same increase in your property tax bill. Tax levies and Missouri's Hancock Amendment also play a role in determining what you will ultimately pay. So the bottom line is expect to see assessor staff around neighborhoods across Cole County over the coming months, but hopefully we do not run into a Jackson County property assessment problem. I have faith that it will not go that way, but we will stay on top of it and make sure that we keep you up to date on how everything develops there. Meanwhile, a planned Missouri House hearing on data centers has been canceled, but opponents of large-scale data center projects still plan to be at the Capitol that day. Representative Tricia Burns of Wentzville had scheduled a public hearing for September 16th, the same day lawmakers returned to Jefferson City for veto session. That hearing would have given Missourians an opportunity to testify about data center projects and proposed regulations. Instead, Burns says the hearing was canceled so it would not compete with a rally already being organized at the Capitol that day. That rally is being sponsored by No Mo Dirty Data Centers, which you at least have to give them a little bit of credit for that name, and the Missouri Rural Crisis Center, and is scheduled for 1 p.m. September 16th in the Capitol Rotunda. Data centers have become an increasingly visible issue in Missouri. We have talked about them often on this show and in the News Tribune. Following approval of a roughly $10 billion project involving 2 hyperscale data centers in Montgomery County, Burns has also been working on legislation she calls the People Before Powerful Interests Act, which she says would increase transparency and require greater public review of hyperscale data center projects. So instead of a formal legislative hearing on September 16th, the conversation will move to lots of people probably yelling in the rotunda. But we will be there to cover it. If you're looking for advanced heart care close to home, MU Healthcare offers the region's most advanced comprehensive cardiovascular services and is accepting new patients in Columbia and Jefferson City, from preventative heart screenings and diagnostic testing to leading-edge care for complex conditions. You can find the support and expertise you need. Call 573-88-HEART to schedule an appointment today or visit muhealth.org/heartcare now to learn more. MU Healthcare, proud to have them as a sponsor of the News Tribune and the NT Daily. Now to a couple of quick hits this morning, starting with some news that I think will make a lot of Jefferson City drivers very happy. The High Street Viaduct is excited to reopen Wednesday. Weather permitting, the city closed the bridge back in February after discovering a large hole in the concrete. Crews have since completed temporary repairs under a roughly $74,800 contract approved by the city council. The temporary fix gets traffic moving again. Long-term problem is still there. The city would like to eventually replace the entire viaduct and I think put it in a roundabout. It's a project that's currently estimated at about $18 million. Jefferson City was turned down for a $25 million federal grant, but has two other grant applications pending that would cover about 80% of that replacement cost. So after roughly 6 months of detours, fingers crossed for Wednesday. And another quick hit, a longtime member of the Missouri State Highway Patrol is preparing to call it a career. Major Paul Kerperin, a Jefferson City native, will retire September 1st after 31 years with the Highway Patrol and 33 years total in law enforcement. Kerperin began his career as a Cole County Sheriff's deputy before joining the patrol in 1995. He spent years serving mid-Missouri with Troop F before moving into leadership positions at patrol headquarters here in Jefferson City. For nearly the past 4 years, he has served as the commander of the patrol's Criminal Investigation Bureau. Kerperin says retirement will give him more time with his wife, Shauna, and their 3 children. Congratulations to the Major on a remarkable career of service to our community and the state. And if you still need to figure out what you're feeding everybody this week, and again, my children are still home, so apparently they expect meals multiple times a day. Today is the final day for this week's specials at Hen House in Jefferson City. You can grab fresh cut pork steaks for $1.89 a pound, which I did. Boneless, skinless chicken breast for $2.99. Blueberries, seedless watermelon are in the produce aisle. And if we've made it to the point in August where cinnamon rolls count as breakfast, Hen House has a 6-count cinnamon roll for $2.99. Go see our friends and NT Daily sponsors Hen House at 1904 Southwest Boulevard in Jefferson City. Finally, this morning, we are getting back to our regularly scheduled fall sports segment for the NT Daily. We are right on the doorstep of another high school sports season, but our veteran sports reporter Tom Rockers broke some bittersweet news overnight from Helias. Head football coach Chris Hentges says this season will be his last leading the Helias Crusaders. Hentges told his team Monday morning following their first practice of the season that he plans to step down as head coach when the season ends. He told Tom that for the past couple of years, his answer to retirement has always been one more year. This time, he means it. Hentges says he wants to be more present with his family and believes the program is in a good place for him to pass leadership to the next generation. Chris grew up around the program. He was a ball boy and statistician while his dad, Ray, coached. He played for Helias, graduated in 1984, and eventually came back to be the head coach himself. He's now had 2 separate runs as Helias head coach, and during the most recent season, he led the Crusaders to an 11-1 season, won its first ever Class 6 district championship. They have also won a Class 4 state championship under Chris. His record as Helias head coach currently stands at an incredible 128-31. And he isn't leaving Helias altogether. Hentges says he still plans to teach and expects he'll wander back out to the football practice from time to time. So there is still an entire football season ahead, and I imagine plenty of opportunities for the Helias community to celebrate a coach and a family that have meant a lot to the program for a very long time. That is a look at today's headlines for Tuesday for the Jefferson City News Tribune. You can find all of these stories and more at newstribune.com. And if you have a story that we should be talking about, or seriously, a cure for post-vacation depression, or suggestions for surviving these last days before our children head back to school, please send them my way at ntdaily@newstribune.com, and we will see you tomorrow. Have a great morning.